All right, everybody, welcome to Studio B. I am your host, Pastor MDH. Thank you very much for joining us here on the set. Remember, wherever you are watching us from, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. Make sure you get Studio B out to all of your friends and family. Man, because we're talking about some real issues here on our set. Real life, real issues, real people. So you notice I got a football in my hand right now because I got to talk about something that always bleeds into an area that I've said on this set many times before. You guys have heard of the crab in the bucket mentality. It's called the crab mentality, or also known as the crab theory. Crabs in the bucket, or also the crab bucket effect, is a way to thinking best described in the phrase of, if I can't have it, neither can you. The metaphor is derived from a pattern of behavior noted in crabs when they are trapped in the bucket. While any one crab could easily escape, its efforts would be undermined by others, ensuring the collective demise. That's crabs in the bucket. So as the crab is trying to get out of the bucket, there are people at the bottom of the bucket that are grabbing it and bringing it back down. I bring this up in regards to our good friend Deion Prime Sanders, my man, Coach Prime at Jackson State University. This man that has done phenomenal works for HBCU over the last 3 years is now being called a sellout, an Uncle Tom, and don't love black people. And I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, you can't do enough for black people. No matter what you do, it's never enough for black people. And for some odd reason or another, we are the only culture that feels a duty and an obligation to stay at the bottom. So here it is, Coach Deion Prime Sanders. You know Prime, number 21 cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, played for the Atlanta Braves, the only man that won a Super Bowl and a World Series, or played in a Super Bowl and a World Series in the same year. The only man that won a MVP in the National Football League and in MLB in the same year. That man, Deion Prime Sanders, Prime. That man Prime that we all know is now being called an Uncle Tom, a sellout, because he left Jackson State, the HBCU, and headed for broader pastures over in Colorado to coach the Colorado Buffaloes. Let me just tell you something. It bothers the heck out of me when I see this, because I've said, and I will say again, and I will look right there in that camera and tell you that the greatest demise to black people, the greatest threat to black people is not systematic racism. It is not the judicial system. It is not the educational system. It is not the socioeconomics of our world. The greatest threat to black people, the greatest demise of black people is other black people. For whatever reason, we just don't want to see each other doing well. For whatever reason, our initial response when someone is hitting it out the park is to hate on them. Here it is, Deion Sanders, that came to Jackson State making $1.2 million on a 4-year contract. $1.2 million on a 4-year contract, to which he gave $450,000, almost $500,000 of that back so that Jackson State could rebuild its practice facilities. When Deion Sanders got to Jackson State, they had 30-inch holes in their fields. They were playing on high school bleachers. Their fields were absolutely decimated. They had to go to another school, a high school, to practice football when Deion Sanders got there. But once he got there, Coach Prime, and call it the Prime effect, had Walmart, had AutoZone, had all of these major entities come in and rebuild them an entire stadium. State-of-the-art weight rooms, state-of-the-art locker rooms. Deion brought that in. 3 years ago, they were sitting on high school bleachers with 30-inch potholes in their field. Now, here we are 3 years removed, and you're sitting in this nice palatial palace that you call your football stadium. They went 12-0 this year. Do you know that Jackson State was on ESPN on Saturday playing Southern in prime time? at the same time that Clemson was playing, at the same time that USC was playing, at the same time that TCU was playing. Jackson State University was on ESPN playing Southern for the SWAC championship. Prime time. Who do you think got them there? So here it is, this man comes in and completely overhauls your organization, gives you everything that you want, gives you all of this national attention, and then he gets an offer because of the work that he has done to now elevate himself or to level up. And as opposed to celebrating this man and thanking him for coming, what do? You call him a sellout. You play songs in the stands that if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. That's what you do to the man that turned your program right side up and brought all of this national attention on HBCU programs, which were previously oblivious to the rest of the world. But you don't congratulate them. No, that's not what you do. No, you say leave. So he leaves. You paying him $1.2 million for 4 years, by which he has to pay $300,000 back in a buyout for Jackson State. He goes to Colorado, and Colorado gives him $29.5 million for 5 years. You was giving him 1.2 for 4. Colorado ups it and gives him $29.5 million for 5 years. Now watch this, watch this. Deion takes 7 of his coaches with him. And as a part of his contract with Colorado, he negotiates the contract for 7 of his other coaches. And all 7 of his other coaches are now making 4 to 5 times more than what they were making at Jackson State. So think about this. Not only did this man level up in his career, level up with his family, level up with his son, who he's taking Deion Sanders with him, level them up. He also leveled up 7 coaches that's got wives and got kids. He leveled up 7 families with them. He took people with him and leveled them up as well. But we don't want to celebrate that. We don't want to say, Deion, man, you did a good job. No, you know what we're suffering from? The crab theory. Deion is moving up, and those who are still at the bottom say, I don't want to be down here all by myself. Let me bring you back down here with me. Here we are. Here we are, which is crazy to think about. So I want you to think about what this looks like in your life. You know, I often say you got to pay attention to those who don't clap at your success. Make sure that you are around people that celebrate your success, that high five you. You got to be around people that are not intimidated by your success. And therefore, you got to get around people that have much more than you have, so that as you rise, you begin to start to occupy different spaces. If you're in the same level where everybody else is, as you begin to get up, they will be able to bring you back down. This happens so much in the Black society. Well, we feel an obligation once we've gotten out of a particular place and worked our butts off to get past that place, that we got to go back and get some other people. The only culture that does that. Deion, let me just tell you here from the set of Studio B, brother, we are congratulatory to you, man. You deserve it. You've done an awesome job. I desperately appreciate your faith, your outspoken faith, and your intentional speech about Jesus and what Christ is doing in your life at this level in your life. I so appreciate that, man. When all the lights are on and when the lights are off, you talk about Christ and uplift the name of Jesus. And man, I want to tell you from the set of Studio B, brother, if by any way this gets around to Coach Prime, let me tell you, we proud of you, brother. Just selfishly, I was hoping that Jimbo Fisher would get fired from A&M, and then you would come down here to A&M, because, brother, let me tell you, you would wreck it in Texas. I mean, the type of recruiting that you would bring down here would be off the charts if you was coaching at Texas A&M. But since that didn't happen, man, congratulations on your new position there at Colorado State. Man, y'all were 1-11 last year. I'm sure that when you're coming in, you're going to do some different things and bring an area of a culture of winning in that place. Man, congratulations to you, Shador, your son, and all that you guys are doing, man. Don't let them haters knock you off, brother. God is doing a great work in you. Continue to reach for the stars, and God will take you there, man. Congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations. And to all you other haters out there that don't like to see black people succeeding, especially black people that don't like to see black people succeeding, guess what? We're going to succeed all the more. We're going to succeed all the more because we know you hating on us. And we're gonna succeed even more. So everybody, thank you for joining us here on the set of Studio B. Remember, wherever you're watching us from, YouTube, if you're watching us from YouTube, man, just pan down to the bottom, hit that like, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss anything coming from the set of Studio B. And remember, be informed, be empowered, Studio B. We'll see you next time.